My name is Michael Mishkin. I'm a Messianic Jew. I came to the Lord in 1995. I was pretty upset with my people early on, thinking that they hid the Messiah from me. And I thought, okay, they blew it, and that's what happened. That's the way it is. God brought me on a journey where in 1999 I got more serious with Him. It was just me and Him spending time in my prayer spot, just worshiping, and His love just pouring out upon me, and Him just telling me how much He loves me and how I'm His son. And then He started teaching me things, because I was asking Him questions. I had some issues with, the church talks about certain things, and then there's other people who talk about certain things, and I would ask the Lord, and I literally would hear Him say, okay, let's begin. Open up to John. Open up to Proverbs. You see what I said here? What do you think I said? And He started to really teach me in such a way that I would read, and then He would clarify. Like, for example, He said, read the beginning of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And He said, stop. I said, okay, so what's that saying? And I was like, in the beginning was Jesus. And He said, that's not what it says. What does it say? And I said, well, in the beginning was the Word. He says, what's a word? And I started to think, and then He just said, a word is a communication device used to express one's heart. And many things like that He started to teach me, and going into the Word, I would be with a concordance open and an interlinear open, breaking down words. I mean, I was doing it the long way now. I have apps that do it now for me. But just really studying and going into things that we sort of believed, but coming to find out it actually doesn't line up. Certain belief system and doctrines that we have actually are negated by a lot of different scriptures in other places. The Old Testament is ignored. So through this teaching, through the years, I've come to a whole different perspective of understanding because of His leading and teaching me through. I mean, I also realize that studying the Bible is not just in studying the Bible too. I mean, you need to know history. You need to know geography of the land. You need to know the Jewish culture. You need to be able to break down Hebrew words. Every word used in Hebrew and even in Greek have a reason why it uses that word and what it's the essence of what it's trying to get at. And there's many other perspectives that come from it. And, early on when I was learning certain things, they were counter to much that we believe. Some things that people would say, oh, that's heresy. And I said, what am I going to do, Lord? I can't tell this. God said, you don't have to tell this to people. Right now you learn it. You let it become part of you. And as you understand it, it'll be part of you. When the time comes, I'll have you explain it to people. And it'll be naturally, it'll just come out of you. And that's really where I come from. I mean, all these years later, and I still do plenty of study and have other revelations that come out. But that's essentially how He's brought me along. I mean, I've been a part of churches, I've been a part of Messianic congregations, and I've come to the realization that we're all wrong. We still have a whole bunch of junk. We have good things in each piece, in everything, and that's what I realized with all these denominations. It's like a body that's been shattered into multiple pieces. The arms went that way, the legs went this way, and everybody's pointing their finger, no, we don't believe this way, we don't believe that way, because everybody's comfortable in their own way. They don't realize that you have a little piece, you have a part, but you need the other part, and you've got to learn how it all fits together. And that's what's truly going to be the expression of the body, the right way. And all this brought life to the scriptures like never before. Even the understanding of Israel, when you read in the Old Testament, Israel is Israel. And then there's other factors that come in there, but replacement theology is false. Once saved, always saved is false. And I can go on with many other doctrines that people believe that are false. I know people would want to argue with me. We can discuss that at another time. But I'm telling you, I've done plenty of research into this, and I've gone to God, and this is all stuff that has been holding us down. They're idolistic doctrines, which means they're ways that we want to see God our way. And what's comfortable with us. It's like Israel when they came out of Egypt and they went and they wanted to just sit and dwell. We want it this way. We just want to hang out here. God said, no. Your growth is a part. It's a journey. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. That's why the commandment, the second commandment says, you shall not make any forms of God in the heavens above, on earth, or the waters below. What it's trying to tell you is don't say God is like this or God is like that. God is God. He does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. Your job is to get to know him and ask him in every circumstance, what are you doing? And he'll explain it to us. That's the true relationship. That's the true, what God gave forth to Moses and what Yeshua brought forth in the fulfillment, not abolishing of the law, but the completion of everything. That's what was being brought forth. Religion was made up and twisted things and now has a form of godliness but denies its power. My goal is that people will get to know God like I've been getting to know God and being transformed by his power into his image, and that we can express it in power and in love and fulfill the true royal command, which is to love one another as he has loved us. Then they will see our love for one another and they will know that we're his disciples. That's the true scriptures that we should be focusing on. That's what God is trying to bring us through. We don't have that going on much today.